4 flight attendants arrested, including this one, hauled out of New York City's JFK airport after allegedly using their special TSA clearance to transport massive amounts of drug money. Joining us right now is former DEA Special Operations Director Derek Maltz. Derek, good morning to you. You know, it looks like, from what I've read, it looks like these flight attendants were helping drug cartels launder money.
Steve, thank you for having me. 100%. The Homeland Security Investigations has an Dorado Task Force in New York City. They work with NYPD, State Police, DEA, other agencies, and they've been working on the biggest fentanyl trafficking cases in America. And basically what's happening is these people, they're greedy, so they're getting, asked to move money out of the country back to the command and control leadership in the Dominican Republic. You have to understand, the Dominican traffickers have been doing this for 30, 40 years.
Right.
They base themselves in New York City. They have a supply line throughout the country. They're very sophisticated, and they're going to take advantage of weaknesses and vulnerabilities. Right now in America, people are trying to pay for their food. They're trying to pay for expenses. They are very desperate. They will do things like this, and the cartels are masters, Steve.
Absolutely, and I know that the government's been investigating since 2018, and ultimately they got an informant who sold out some of these people, and so that's why we're able to connect some of the dots. But Derek, as you know, this is just a tiny little part of the puzzle. So many drugs and so much laundered money is coming into the United States through the mail, through the post office. And because there's such a volume, the post office really isn't putting a dent in it.
Steve, what's very common these days is the cartels will bring mass amounts of drugs, deadly drugs, fentanyl, over the border. They will use the United States Postal Service to mail packages up throughout America, but they also will track the packages so they can see where they are.
Right.
They have all the technology, the tracking of the delivery, so they know if law enforcement, confiscates these packages. But Steve, what's really disturbing, where the American public needs to wake up, is the connectivity between the Mexican cartels, the Chinese criminal networks. The CCP is behind a lot of this, and the Dominicans now. The Dominicans have been doing this for so many years under the radar, but what's happening is they're trying to get the millions of dollars out of the United States back to the leadership that operates overseas, whether it's in Mexico or the Dominican Republic. So they're beating the system, but my hat goes off to the brave men and women in law enforcement that have infiltrated and exposed this.
I wonder if when these drug cartels go ahead and send things through the mail, I wonder if they insure them for the true value. Yeah, I could use $2 million worth of insurance on this package. Just saying, it's full of illegal drugs. Probably not. That would be a red flag. Derek, thank you very much for joining us and telling us about what's going on.
Thank you, Steve.